We have just a couple of items today, unlike recent weeks when we've had many. I do have a couple of guests here this morning, and I want to invite Pastor Lyons and Pastor Rossler to come up. They are heading up a special initiative outreach for the victims in Oklahoma. All right, pastors.
Thank you. Well, it's an honor to be here. Thank you, Mayor, for having us. My name is Pastor Michael Lyons. I'm pastor of In Faith Ministries here in town, and Pastor L.D. Rossler from Findlay, Ohio. And we're just here actually hoping that we can get Lima to be encouraged to support the needs of Oklahoma. They've gone through such a tough time, and it's our desires to fill the vans up. Pastor L.D. actually contacted me about a week ago and asked me would I be the site here in Lima. He was contacted from
Ohio Logistics,
who partnered with him out of Findlay, and they're actually providing the van for us. And they've already set a trailer out in front of his ministry and a trailer out in front of ours here in Lima on High Street. And so we're trying to encourage the city of Lima, individuals, business owners, to think about any product that you might need, that just come on out and let's fill these trailers.
So these are, you say vans, these are semi-trailers.
53-foot trailers,
okay,
that were donated by Ohio Logistics, and they're again sending emergency relief to Oklahoma, down into the Oklahoma City region. It's pretty much staples, bottled water, dry goods, things like that, socks, things like that. Now we're not taking clothes down, but there is a needs list. We have needs list available on our website at www.bapcg.com. There is an extended needs list there, and so if we can just get the community to help us send that blessing down there, we can help make a difference in a lot of people.
Okay. You want to repeat that website again?
Yes, the website is www.bapcg.com. I'm with Blanchard Avenue Pentecostal Church of God in Findlay, Ohio. And we did something like this for Joplin a couple years ago. We had a tremendous rally of support from the region, actually. And we ended up actually sending 4 semi-trailers to Joplin. And so this year we're looking, when Rick Aron from Ohio Logistics contacted me, he said, I think we need to do something. I called Pastor Lyons. He was on board for it. And so now we're looking at filling those trailers up.
So the trailers are on site now. Is there a deadline for folks to actually bring material by?
There is a deadline. We're trying to pull the trailers out the 14th. The 14th of June.
Okay.
So we have pull times already posted. You can get those off the website as well. You can certainly, our pull times, we're Monday through Friday. So if you guys are out there, Monday through Friday, we'll be there. I'll actually be there Saturday as well, and even Sunday at 11 o'clock. And that's 1575 East High Street here in Lima, Ohio, In Faith Ministries at 1575 East High Street.
And it's parked on the High Street side or the north?
It's parked on the north side.
North side.
Yeah, so if you just take it like you headed straight out towards the reservoir, right before you get to the overpass, you'll see a big semi there and a big church there, and you can't miss it. And we'll actually have a banner on the trailer here come Friday at the latest, hopefully, where you can really notice it, where it speaks to Oklahoma relief. So we just feel like it's a great opportunity for us to be able to be a blessing to those who are in need so bad.
So somebody will be there after 5 o'clock, or what are your hours that you'll be receiving? The
hours that we'll be receiving Monday through Friday is between 9 and 7.
And 7.
Okay, so you can go early as 9 in the morning to 7 in the evening. On Saturdays, you can come between 10 and 12, and on Sunday at 11.
Okay. Anything you want to add?
Actually, we're just looking forward to getting these sent down. We appreciate Mayor allowing us to be at your press conference here today, and look forward to working with our area again.
And Ohio Logistics is responsible for doing the transport. Is that how they're they own the trailer, and then they're also dealing with the transportation.
Yes, they are supplying the tractor, the trailer, the fuel, the drivers, and taking them down into the Oklahoma City. We were actually working with our National Home Missions Department through the Pentecostal Church of God, which is the denomination that we're part of, and so we are sending these trucks down to a location where they will be unloaded into a gymnasium. Then they will service the area.
Okay.
And so there's been a lot of devastation down there, and unless you've really been in a situation like that, we can't even fathom what it's like. I remember when the drivers came back from Joplin, they were almost all of them in tears because of the devastation.
Right.
And when people started receiving the goods that we sent them, I had one place that donated a whole truckload or a whole large trailer full of dog food, and we need diapers, all those kinds of things to send down. And so, until you get into a situation like that, you don't know how precious those things are until they actually get to you. And even 3 years later, things that we sent out there in Joplin, they are still using. The church that we work with, they are still servicing the rebuilding of Joplin. So we're still somewhat involved with that. And now, obviously, Oklahoma. I heard on the Weather Channel today that 66 million people today are in line for major storms that are in line to potentially be affected by these major storms coming through the next couple of days. Over 91 million people in the next few days. Now that was on the Weather Channel today, and so when I look at those things, and I see what's happened in Oklahoma, and obviously children were lost and things like that. So it's just a great opportunity for us just to share our hearts and our love with that community. Yes, and respond.
Right. Okay. Very good.
So, Mayor, thanks a lot.
Sure.
Really appreciate it.
Good
Thank
to
you
have
very much.
Thank you, Lima.
All right,
And
God bless.
we'll try to keep that up in front of folks so they understand the need and also the opportunity that's there through June 14th.
June 14th, yes.
Okay.
We have basically the same hours in Findlay to receive donations, except on Sundays it's at 10:30.
Okay.
All right, thank
Very
you.
good.
Thank you
you.
so much.
Have a seat, please. Also, Saul Allen, our Deputy Director of the Department of Public Works in charge of streets, is here with actually a number of comments and concerns.
Concerns. We'll call it concerns. Good morning, Lima. A few visual aids today. Start off alley maintenance. Just give an update on our city alley maintenance. City of Lima alley maintenance project is continuing. We're approximately 60% completed at this time. Right now, we're working right on the south side of town. I think we're south of the tracks and west of St. John's in that area right now. Hopefully within the next 3 weeks or so we should be completed. So just wanted to give you an update on that. Also, as always, I wanted to give us a few spring and summer reminders. First of all, residents cleaning yards of leaves and yard debris are reminded that debris must be bagged and set out with trash pickup. The city does not have a spring/summer leaf/pickup type of pickup. Limbs under 2 inches in diameter must be cut into 4-foot lengths and bundled in order to be picked up by Allied. Also, any resident that wishes can now take debris out to the city compost site at 1227 East Hawthorne Road. The thing we are noticing that people are doing a lot of tree trimming and just putting that stuff out to the curb. We have done that a few times with the ice storm and the windstorm, but that was at the mayor's call. The city does not do that on a normal basis, so I just want to remind residents we are starting to see a lot of that debris out, and it's just been sitting out because no one's picking it up at this time. A couple other items and a couple pictures I've included out here if anyone takes a look. Street Department would also like to remind residents to try to keep their stormwater catch basins near their homes or on their block clear of grass, debris, and trash. Most of the calls we get of flooding streets are due to the tops of the catch basins being covered with grass or other debris. We are asking residents, if possible, to take the time to sweep grass and debris off those catch basins so that stormwater can properly drain. I do have a stormwater drainage right beside my driveway, and I try to sweep that off, as much as possible. Also, a big thing right now is when cutting grass, please do not allow your mower to discharge grass out into the street, back into the yard. those clippings, if they get out into the street, they are also getting to the catch basins, covering the tops, and also getting up down into those catch basins themselves and clogging those up. Like I said, I do have a couple pictures here showing, some people who have cut grass, and we actually got, this one picture, you can't tell where the lawn starts and the grass, the street begins, because all the grass has been cut out into the street. A few other locations as well, but we are starting to see a lot of this. In particular, we're also asking a lot of, if you have service provider, lawn service providers who you may have cutting grass, we're starting to see this quite a bit. Just ask them to, as much as possible, please, make sure those clippings are being blown back into the yard, not out into the street. Next item, with spring being here and the weather warming up, this time of year, garage sale season. Biggest thing for us is City of Lima actually requires a $5 permit for garage sales. A lot of people do not know that, but you do have to, within the city limits of Lima, if you want to hold a garage sale, yard sale, that type of sale, you do have to have a $5 permit. Another item on there, when you get your permit packet, there's a little small packet you get after you pay your $5, and one of the sheets has something that's highlighted. It's the only item in your permit packet that is highlighted, and I want to specifically read that. It says, "No sign shall be placed on public right-of-way, tree line, or other property other than where the sale of the home sale is being conducted. No lighted sign shall be used, and the sign shall be displayed only during the sale and shall be promptly removed after the sale." What we're finding is that a lot of residents may live 2 blocks or 3 blocks from a main road, Main Street, Robb, Cable Road, and they want to get their sign out to the curb. So they're putting these signs up on poles right at the curb. Just a reminder that, the city does pick those signs up and dispose of those signs when we find them. You spent some money on these signs. If you do not want them picked up by the city, do not put them in that right-of-way. We do get questions on what is tree lawn. That area between the sidewalk and the curb is what we call the tree lawn. Do not put it in that area at all. I always like to talk about the one issue that I did find that really, one of the ones that really surprised me was, it was like a 2x8 sign. The sign had to be at least 5 foot long. It was actually hanging from a stop sign with balloons on it. So I just want to let residents know, if your garage sale sign comes up missing, more than likely the city has taken it and has disposed of it. Other item, last but not least, with the weather warming, we have quite a few residents that have those portable basketball goals. The same thing with those. Any of those goals found in public right-of-way within the tree lawn, including street alleys, may be removed. What we're doing and have been doing for quite a while, we're actually putting warning tags on those basketball goals. If we find them, we're removing them out of the right-of-way, moving them back into your private yard. Any blocks or anything that sometimes you use to hold those things down, we are taking those and disposing of those. But we do use this as a warning. If it continues, those can be removed. Like I said, if you have any questions as far as where to put the signs, where you can or cannot put the basketball goals, please feel free to call the street department, 419-221-5165. Thank you.
Thank you, Saul. I might comment on I guess, why does the city have rules like this? In the instance of the grass clippings, not only do we have issues with the catch basins covering up, we also have issues that once the grass goes down into the sewer, it often gets matted down in the sewer, and we end up with noxious odors, smells that nobody appreciates. And we get the calls then, well, how come there's smells coming out of our sewers? So residents, in effect, do this to themselves when they blow grass out into the street. So we are asking for everyone's cooperation. Please direct your contractors not to blow grass into the street. And if you're the property owner and you're doing the grass cutting, please either clean up after you have done so or don't do it in the first place. It compounds itself with these kinds of problems, either the flooding that results or the noxious smells that occur. On the other kinds of things that Saul identified, whether it's the garage sale signs or the basketball hoops, these are issues of courtesy. This is about respecting other property owners' rights and property. And when folks put signs on either the public right-of-way or in other people's yards, it's not appreciated, and we get those calls too. We get people who demand that the signs be removed, and when it comes to the basketball hoops there too, we get the calls from residents who don't appreciate kids being out in the streets, the safety issues that result, and the like. So those are, when we recite the issues and we describe what's required under city ordinance, it's important that people understand the basis for which those ordinances were put in place to begin with. And we do ask for people's cooperation and respect for those ordinances. It makes life better for everybody when those ordinances are respected. I believe that's all that we have for this morning, so we'll break down for interviews. Thank you.